Right, I'm going to try to video you going to Holsworthy. We're having a very quick visit there, and then we're back to the shop to try to get it open. Right, I shall show you the trip to Holsworthy. So, here we go. Off to Holsworthy. It's a place that we visit once a week, and we go, and we used to go to Sue's and have a nice breakfast sometimes, or if I was on a diet, just a cup of tea. Dinner sometimes had toast or breakfast. And of course, Sue is now down at our shop this very moment as we speak. She's no longer there, but we still go to Holsworthy. And 3 nice charity shops where we buy things for the Christmas for the kids and for my madness. One of the charity shops, I'm not going to say which one, I'm absolutely certain believes that I'm a dealer. And the manager always gives me, I wouldn't say dirty looks, that's unfair, but knowing looks to say, yeah, I know what you do. I've invited him to watch the vlogs again and again. I don't think he ever has. And he just has an opinion that is based on the facts that are in front of him, and he can't believe that somebody would just be buying stuff for birthdays and Christmases for his family, and also for just himself. But if he took a look at 1 second at looking at the vlogs, he would realise that I am. So anyway, all good fun. But we see what we'll find there today, and then we're going off to down to the shop to do the finishing pieces. I've got to put my hand down the toilet. That's great fun, because unfortunately there's bits of plaster that fall down there and it won't flush away. So I'm going to put my hand down the toilet there. I'll probably flush it before I do that. You think that's a good idea, T?
Definitely.
So, anyway, I think I might put some music to this as well, because it's going to be quite boring. I've got the 64 gigabyte or gigabyte, whatever it is, memory card on here with a full battery, so you're going to get the whole journey. But I think I might fast forward in places. We shall see. We shall see. So we're now just going to do a gentle chat about this and that, because we've had some good news today. Our tax has come from what we owe for last year, and it's not as much as we thought it was going to be. So very complicated tax year, of course, because of all the grants and all the stuff like that was flying about. But yeah, we were expecting quite a hideous tax bill, but it was slightly smaller than we expected, so we're pleased about that. Yeah, so I'm now going to music because I want to talk to Tim. Oh yes, so anyway, love, I think we're going to definitely, that's massive, that is, like, we will cut this out because obviously we don't want people to know that we're talking about our tax bids. But that, he said it's less than a 4, and next year is going to be the same. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's more money in the bank,
yeah,
isn't it, to pay wages for the winter.
You see with the Banfords as well. Banfords is that 25,000 that was the grant. That's why we actually we still had a very low tax thing because of the debt that we paid off. So it was, that just cleared that, if you like. So we shall see. But I do hope we can. I like those signs work. Like anybody who queues and then sees that sign, and they say there's a sign there, the queues, you see where the sign is, it tells you where to queue.
People say, the people don't read signs.
I know,
but everyone's got used to reading signs because we've had to read signs.
Yeah, and also you can say that
to read how we go around a shop, a one-way system.
But I think that's the way to deal with it, to go out and say, please don't have a go at me. Please don't attack us. You said we've had but you're not queuing in the right place, the place, and he said we just desperately trying.
Needs the girls to come out to them as well and say, you need to queue if you want to be served in the bakery. You need to queue on this side.
On their queue line. You're queuing across, you're queuing a long line, and somebody's, it's and that's the trouble. You see, the person who stands by the thing doesn't feel like they're infringing on our land, but they're starting the queue.
Yeah, that's right.
So if they moved,
yeah, and it is going to be busier, so we may have queues. I mean, they're less people are less likely to queue to go into a browsing shop. That's the thing.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, we won't.
Queue for your bread and your milk.
Yeah, that's it. They just won't queue for us.
Butchers and stuff like that, but.
They basically putting that queue line in is just to try to make them realise that they're queuing across the wrong line.
Yeah.
But we can't have like that. I can't have another incident like the end of that bloke. And what we've all had. We've all had it. I just realised sorry, ladies and gentlemen, just putting in. I'm using the wind wipers, so I do apologise. It's starting to drizzle a little bit. So I'm going to clean the windows. Bear with me. Closest entertainment at its highest. Yeah, it is. It's the biggest fear at the moment. So it's what's making me gorge when I get home, because I'm just terrified. I'm terrified of being cornered and confronted and not being able to escape, and what happens. The last time, I've been screaming and shouting, they left, but it's just...
Like I say, if you need to make stuff, we can do 50-50 in Banfords and Co on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
And then you can go to, if it's better in Banfords, you can go into Banfords. The girls come and they go upstairs to do your making up there.
I might have a word with Sue and say, Sue, are you willing to do a video where you said we're very excited, but we'll just ask people, please be decent. If you have to queue, please, if you have to queue, please don't queue across our neighbour's shop. Just queue across ours. And if you have to queue, we would ask you just to come back another time, because we have had instances, where, and then she puts that out onto her own page. It's not mentioning the problem, because it's only one problem. The one problem is one shop that will not, that almost encourages their people to queue directly onto another business's window and door, so their window is still open for people to look at their product. It's disgusting, really. It's disgusting behaviour. So if we would have said,
if they queue the other way where the chairs are, you see the window.
That's
you
it.
walk past the window, and you
can choose what you want.
Choose better, to be honest, I think.
And it's always also the people who, the whole family queue up instead of one person. That's stupid. But the reason why that is because they're waiting to get to the head of the queue so they can see the window.
Yeah.
Where if they were actually queuing by the window,
they'd see it. And hopefully, though, by the time the actual 6 weeks come, there won't be so many restrictions, and they can have, because they would have a whole family. They'd have 2 families in there.
Yeah. Like Mum said last night, hopefully once the hotels and the cafes and everything can open, and the pubs, there's going to be less people buying for takeaway, and it will then,
I mean, it's always an issue there anyway. It's always has been, but not as bad as in COVID.
But it is frightening that, and this is for us, so that, that it's quite mild, really, our problem. And our problem is caused by just no empathy from another source. And it can be quite easily solved, but...
Of course, part of the problem is if there's a queue and they're close to the door, people feel intimidated and they won't walk into the shop because they don't want to walk past that person.
That's why
that's the difference that with COVID, they don't like to be close to people. I mean, hopefully that'll ease a little bit. Like I said, I had the people who didn't want to. Somebody was looking at postcards in the door. It's a double door, but they didn't want to go past, so they waited. In the end, they just said to the people, "Well, I'm just going through," and they were said, "Yeah, fine, no problem."
Like it is a problem.
And they were just literally walking through.
Yeah, we have got nowhere for that. The only place we could put them is that they would have to. But even that would block up. You know, the problem is that you've got a situation where we've got all these postcards and they're a low income making machine, and if it does start, that happens a lot. You have to monitor that. If there's a lot of people who are not going to want to come into the, we don't have to find another place to put them. But I can't think. We will have to put less out than just one stand.
One stand, yeah.
But no, like if you hear these stories of people in the supermarkets and the hassle they've had, we've been sworn at. We've had that bloke who was obviously trying to intimidate when he came into the shop and was manning up to me, sort of thing. But I've had people spit at them.
I know.
Just because of like one-way systems, or I was talking to Kev, the painter, when they in the first lockdown, he did a bit of work at the supermarket because he needed, obviously couldn't work.
A lot of people did.
And he said that because his job was say everybody had to take a basket, so then we could count how many people were in the shop. And he had people swearing at him and pushing the basket back and physically pushing him away with the basket. No, I don't want a basket. It's funny, everybody's lovely if you give them a chance, but if you just confront them with something that they're not ready for, that's when they show their true self sometimes. Like most people, you bump into somebody and you say, we're still early, you bump into somebody, you say, I'm sorry. Or if somebody bumps into you, you say, I'm sorry. Yeah. But some people, if they bump into you, they turn around and say, hey, watch it. Those are the people that need some kind of drug-induced sort of calmness. Yeah, thank you. Didn't have to wait, but there was plenty of room. Did you want to? Yeah, I think the factory shop will be open. So, anyway, folks, we're back with you here now at Holsworthy. We're pulling into the square. At the moment, it's a one-way system, and there's no drive-through. You have to just drive around if you can't find a space. We might not find a space now. It's earlier than we normally come, but for some reason it looks quite busy. So we shall see. We shall see what we shall see. Yeah, so there's a gentleman there. Is she going to wait to let him go? Because she's got into the car. No, she's driven past him. I'm going to let him go. I've got a space. Go on then, dear. Oh, look, we got the main. Come on, my date. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Are they parking up?
Yeah, the. What are you doing?
Oh, they're parking.
No, bloody parking. No, they're not. They weren't. They just got into the car.
You gonna go back? Can you get into that one?
No, it's a bit tight.
You've got to watch your language.
I know there's sort of one there, but the park's really tight. Oh. So no, there we are. Somebody's right in there. Somebody's coming out. We're not going to be able to park, ladies and gentlemen. First time ever, and I've ever been here, and I've been able to park. I don't know what that bloke was doing, because he was parked perfectly fine. He must have forgot something. I think that bloke's going in. Yes, oh dear. We have got a secret weapon where we can park.
Is that mine?
Yeah, but it's too late. No, too late. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a bloody shame. We're going to drive around once more, see if we can get lucky. Is that lady going? I think she is. Yeah. Right. I'm going to quickly. No, she's totally on. Oh shit. Come on. That's it. What are you doing now? There. Oh, come on. One of you go. Are you going?
You going?
I don't know what she's doing.
Sat in the car. Yeah.
She's got the lights on. Come on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is
she
fun.
just pulled up
Yeah, I
closer
know.
to him.
Come on. What are you doing?
She's chatting on the phone before she leaves.
I don't know what she's doing.
That man went, that white car went up round there, didn't he?
So I don't want to go.
No.
Oh, she's not going. Right, try again. This is. Oh yes, we are. We got one, ladies and gentlemen. We got one. What a game! What a game!
She's probably on the phone and stuff before she pulls off.
Why do they turn the lights on and get their engine running and then don't go? Oh dear. No, this is a good example, ladies and gentlemen, of how much gap there is still behind you when you decide to go forward when there's nothing in for you. You please keep on moving until you can hardly see the back. Oh dear me. There you go, see, look, more room at the back than the front, but decides to drive into the front. It's because you can't see the back, but that knowledge, here we go, oh dear, here we go.
There's no Reginald anyway.
There we go, and that was entertaining. Right, I always swing in like this, you see, leaving it make it a lot easier to get out. Right, there we go. Well, there's a few chances that I swore there. I'm not 100%. I know I did once, definitely. But anyway, that's the drive to Holsworthy. I'm not going to show you Holsworthy yet. I'll show that another day. But I am waffling now, so it is time to say goodbye.